Have you ever wondered why some people with less talent rise higher than those who seem more gifted? It's not always about skill. It's not always about strength. It's about timing. One wrong move too early can destroy the blessing, and one move too late can cause you to miss it altogether. Life is not just about what you do, but when you do it. A seed planted in the wrong season will die, but that same seed in the right season will flourish into greatness. Timing is not a detail, it is destiny. And if you don't learn to recognize your moment, you'll watch it pass you by. Life is not just a collection of years, it is a collection of moments. Some moments are ordinary, but then there are those extraordinary ones that shape the key is not just living, but learning to discern those moments when they appear. Recognizing opportunity is not about having good eyesight. It is about having vision. Eyesight can see what is, but vision can see what could be. You might be standing in front of a situation that looks small, but inside that moment is the seed of something monumental. The challenge is not whether opportunity will come. It always comes. The challenge is whether you will recognize it when it arrives. Many people miss their blessing, not because it wasn't sent, but because it didn't look the way they expected. Opportunity rarely comes dressed in gold. It often comes disguised in work clothes. It may look like a job you don't want, a challenge you didn't ask for, or a responsibility you feel unprepared to carry. But if you dismiss it because it doesn't shine, you will miss the doorway to your destiny. That's why you have to train your spirit to see beyond the surface. You have to learn to look at a seed and see the tree, to look at a problem and see the potential, to look at a small beginning and see a mighty future. Opportunity is not always loud. Sometimes it whispers. Sometimes it hides in the quiet places where few are looking. You can't afford to be so distracted with what you lost yesterday that you fail to notice what is standing in front of you today. Doors are opening, but if your focus is backward, you won't even notice them. Recognizing the right moment requires you to be present. Too many people are either stuck in the pain of their past or so anxious about the future that they cannot see the opportunity of now. Now is where destiny lives. Now is where change begins. Now is the soil where greatness grows. If you miss the now, you miss the moment. You also need wisdom to know when to move. There is a difference between a good opportunity and the right opportunity. Not every open door is meant for you. Not every invitation is aligned with your assignment. The danger is that if you don't have discernment, you will waste time walking into doors that were never yours to enter. Recognizing the right moment is not just about saying yes, it's also about knowing when to say no. It's about aligning your decisions with your purpose, not your emotions. Sometimes you will have to walk away from what looks attractive so you can be available for what is divine. Think of how many lives are defined by a single decision made at the right moment. History is full of men and women who saw what others ignored. where one person saw a field of stones, another saw the foundation for a city. Where one saw obstacles, another saw stepping stones. The ability to recognize opportunity is what separates those who watch history from those who make it. You cannot afford to live with your eyes closed because life will not wait for you to wake up. The moment will come, and if you are not ready, it will pass. And let me tell you, missed moments don't always come back. Some doors shut and never reopen. Some chances are once in a lifetime. That's why you must be alert, sober, aware, sensitive to the timing around you. The truth is, opportunity is not always convenient. It doesn't wait for you to be comfortable. It doesn't ask if you're ready. It often shows up in the middle of chaos, in the middle of storms, in the middle of your uncertainty. But that's the test. Can you recognize a divine moment even when it arrives in an imperfect package? Can you see the hand of destiny even when it's hidden in difficulty? If you wait for life to be perfect before you move, you will never move. Those who seize the moment don't wait for conditions to be ideal. They create the conditions by their faith, their courage, and their decision to act. You may think you're waiting on opportunity, but sometimes opportunity is waiting on you. It's standing there ready to be claimed, but it requires you to step forward. It requires you to risk. It requires you to say, I may not have all the answers. I may not feel fully prepared, but I will not let this moment pass me by. That kind of boldness is what turns ordinary people into extraordinary leaders. So I challenge you, open your eyes, open your heart, pay attention to what others overlook. Don't dismiss the small beginnings. Don't ignore the quiet moments. Don't waste today wishing for tomorrow. Opportunity is not coming, it's already here. The question is, will you see it? Will you recognize it? Will you have the courage to step into it? Because the truth remains, the difference between those who dream and those who do is not the presence of opportunity, but the ability to recognize it when it stands before them. Patience is one of the most powerful forces in life, yet it is the one that many struggle with the most. We live in a world that is obsessed with speed, with instant gratification, with overnight success. Everyone wants the promise without the process, the crown without the cross, the harvest without the planting. But life does not work that way. Greatness is not microwaved, it is cultivated. Destiny does not unfold in a day, it is developed over time. And if you cannot learn to wait, you will destroy with impatience what was meant to bless you in its season. Waiting is not weakness, waiting is wisdom. It is the ability to trust that the timing of your life has purpose, even when it does not move at the pace you desire. Impatience is dangerous because it makes you force things that are not ready. When you pull fruit from a tree too soon, it is sour. When you rush a decision without clarity, it collapses. When you step before you are prepared, the very thing you wanted becomes the thing that crushes you. But when you wait, when you allow time to do its work, When you let the process shape you, you find that the blessing is not only sweeter, it is sustainable. Think about the seasons of the earth. No farmer plants today and harvests tomorrow. They till the soil, they sow the seed, and then they wait. Rain has to fall, the sun has to rise, roots have to grow beneath the surface where no eye can see. Months may pass before even a sprout breaks through the soil, but the farmer does not panic. The farmer does not dig up the seed every morning to check if it's working. The farmer trusts the process because he knows that time is not wasted, it is working. And so it is with your life. You may not see results yet, but that does not mean nothing is happening. Beneath the surface, growth is taking place. In the unseen, God is preparing. In the waiting, you are being developed for what you asked for. The problem is that impatience makes you compare your timeline to someone else's. You look at their harvest and wonder why your field is still empty. You look at their promotion and wonder why you're still overlooked. You look at their open door and wonder why you're still knocking. But hear this clearly, your timing is not their timing. Your path is not their path. If you rush to match someone else's season, you may step into a door that was never meant for you and end up carrying a weight you cannot handle. Patience teaches you to stay in your lane, to trust your journey, and to know that what is meant for you cannot be taken from you. Waiting also builds character. The waiting season teaches you endurance, humility, discipline, and trust. It teaches you to keep showing up even when nothing seems to be changing. It teaches you to work without applause, to pray without proof, to believe without evidence. Patience is the gym where your faith works out. Without it, you will remain spiritually weak and emotionally fragile. But when patience has done its work in you, you come out stronger, wiser, and ready to handle the weight of what is coming. Because the truth is, sometimes the blessing is ready for you, but you are not yet ready for it. Waiting gives you the maturity to hold what immaturity would drop. There are times when waiting feels like punishment, but it is not punishment. It is preparation. It feels like delay, but it is alignment. It feels like nothing is happening, but something is happening in you. If you can survive the waiting, if you can hold steady in the delay, if you can resist the urge to give up, you will step into a season where everything suddenly makes sense. The doors will open, the opportunities will come, the answers will appear, not because you rushed them, but because you were ready when they arrived. Impatience makes you settle. Patience keeps you positioned. Impatience makes you grab what looks good now. Patience allows you to receive what is truly yours later. Impatience can lock you into temporary satisfaction with permanent consequences. Patience opens the door to lasting fulfillment that no one can take away. Do not despise the waiting, because the waiting is what ensures that you will be able to handle the weight await your blessing when it comes. So do not curse your delay. Do not despise your process. Do not abandon your journey. The waiting room of life is not wasted space. It is where the real transformation happens. Every season of pause is pregnant with purpose. Every delay is filled with design. Every moment of waiting is working for your good. And when the time comes, you will understand that patience was not your enemy. It was your greatest ally. For those who learn to wait will walk into blessings that last and into victories that time itself cannot erase. Preparation is the silent labor behind every visible victory. Opportunity may knock, but if you are not ready to answer, it will pass you by. Life is full of people who prayed for a chance, who dreamed of a breakthrough, who longed for an open door. But when the moment finally came, they had nothing to bring to the table. The truth is, opportunity does not reward desire. It rewards readiness. Desire is what makes you want it. Preparation is what makes you worthy of it. If you have a dream but no discipline, if you have a vision but no preparation, then even when the chance comes, you will not be able to sustain it. Think about it like this: a soldier does not sharpen his sword on the battlefield. The sharpening happens long before the fight begins. The training, the conditioning, the practice, all of it happens in obscurity, in silence, in private. And when the battle arrives, the soldier doesn't panic because the preparation has already been done. In the same way, you cannot wait until the door opens to suddenly decide to prepare. By then, it's too late. Preparation must become your daily lifestyle because you never know the day or the hour when your opportunity will come. Preparation is not glamorous. Nobody applauds you for studying late at night. Nobody celebrates you for practicing when nobody is watching. Nobody congratulates you for the sacrifices you make behind closed doors. But the quiet work you do in private will one day speak loudly in public. Opportunity will expose whether you have been preparing or playing. And when that moment comes, you don't rise to the occasion. You fall back on the level of your preparation. That is why preparation cannot be neglected. Opportunity is like a test you don't know the date of. If you wait until the test is announced, you won't have enough time to study. But if you live in a state of readiness, when the test comes, you simply reveal what you have already learned. Too many people want the platform without the preparation, the spotlight without the sweat, the influence without the investment. But the greater the opportunity, the greater the demand on your preparation. If you have not built the discipline, the endurance, and the knowledge, the opportunity that was meant to elevate, you can end up embarrassing you. Consider the athletes who train for years for a race that lasts seconds. Their bodies ache, their routines demand sacrifice, their lives revolve around a single goal. Why? Because they understand that when the moment comes, all of that hidden preparation will make the difference between winning and losing. Life is the same way. You may not see the opportunity today, but that is not the time to relax. That is the time to prepare, because when the opportunity shows up, there will be no time to get ready. You must already be ready. Preparation also develops confidence. When you know you have put in the work, You do not step into opportunity timid and unsure. You step with authority, not because of arrogance, but because preparation has built your competence. People who rely only on talent without preparation eventually collapse under pressure. But those who have prepared can stand in any room, on any stage, in front of any challenge, and not be shaken because their confidence is rooted in readiness. Another truth about preparation is that it often feels unseen and unrewarded. You may spend years building, learning, and practicing with nobody noticing. That is why many quit, because they mistake obscurity for insignificance. But obscurity is not insignificance, it is preparation. The years in the shadows are not wasted, they are necessary. Every lesson learned, every skill sharpened, every challenge overcome in private becomes the foundation that sustains you in public. What you practice in silence becomes what you perform in front of the world. Preparation requires consistency. It is not about doing it once and expecting results. It is about showing up day after day, investing in your growth, refining your skills, disciplining your habits, and building a foundation strong enough to carry the weight of your destiny. Opportunity without preparation is like rain on hard ground. It just washes away. But opportunity that falls on the soil of preparation produces a harvest that lasts. Do not despise the season where nothing seems to be happening. Do not think your preparation is in vain. The unseen grind is the birthplace of greatness. When opportunity comes, it is too late to wish you had prepared. The only people who seize the moment are the ones who spent years readying themselves for it. And when that door finally opens, you will not be scrambling. You will be stepping into it with confidence, because preparation has already positioned you for the promise. So live ready. Train when nobody is watching. Work while others are sleeping. Study when others are distracted. Build when others are wasting time. Because sooner or later, the opportunity will come, and it will not wait for you to get ready. It will only honor those who already are. And when that day comes, preparation will meet opportunity, and what the world calls luck will simply be your readiness colliding with your moment. Lasting success is never the product of shortcuts. It is the result of a long journey walked with faith, discipline, and endurance. Anybody can shine for a moment, but not everyone can endure for a lifetime. Anybody can have a breakthrough today, but not everybody can sustain greatness tomorrow. The difference between those who rise and those who remain is not just talent, not just opportunity, not even preparation alone. It is the ability to stay the course over the long haul. The reward of the long journey is that it shapes you into someone who can carry the weight of true success without crumbling under it. We live in a culture that idolizes quick results. People want instant money, instant fame, instant recognition. But what comes fast often fades just as quickly. A tree that grows overnight cannot withstand the storm, but a tree that grows deep roots over years will stand strong against every wind. Success that is built overnight is fragile, but success that is forged over time is unshakable. That is why you cannot despise the long road. The journey itself is the gift because it makes you into someone who can handle the blessing when it arrives. The long journey teaches you lessons that quick victories never could. It teaches you how to endure disappointment, how to recover from failure, how to keep walking when the road is dry and the night is long. It teaches you how to be faithful in little so you can be trusted with much. It teaches you that character matters more than applause, that discipline matters more than talent, that consistency matters more than excitement. The long journey is the place where your inner strength is built, because greatness is never just about what you achieve. It is about who you become along the way. Temporary success may look appealing, but it cannot satisfy your soul. The true reward is not just the accomplishment, it is the transformation. When you endure the process, when you walk through the fire, when you stay faithful through the seasons, you come out not only with the prize, but with the maturity, the wisdom, and the depth to keep it. That is why you should never envy someone who seems to rise quickly, because you don't know if they have the roots to stay. The reward of the long journey is that you may rise slower, but you rise stronger. You may take longer, but you last longer. The long journey is also where you learn to appreciate what you have. If you've ever worked hard for something, struggled, sacrificed, prayed, and fought to get it, then when it comes, you don't take it for granted. You value it because you paid a price for it. Those who skip the process often squander the blessing because they never learned its worth. But those who endure every mile of the journey cherish the reward, protect it, and multiply it. That is why the long road is not a curse. It is a safeguard. It keeps you grounded so that when you finally arrive, you don't lose yourself in what you have gained. Endurance is not glamorous. It doesn't always feel exciting. Sometimes the long journey feels lonely, slow, and even unfair. But every step is building something in you that cannot be built any other way. Every delay is strengthening your resilience. Every obstacle is sharpening your resolve. Every trial is purifying your motives. And one day, when you look back, you will realize that the journey itself was as valuable as the destination. The scars, the lessons, the tears, the nights you almost quit but didn't, those become part of the reward too. There is something powerful about people who endure. They cannot be easily shaken. They cannot be easily broken. They cannot be easily bought because they know the value of what they carry. They know what it cost them, and they will not let it slip away. That kind of strength does not come from shortcuts. It comes from walking the long journey and refusing to give up. So don't be discouraged if your path feels longer than others. Don't feel overlooked if your breakthrough hasn't come yet. Don't measure your progress by how quickly someone else arrived. The road may be long, but the longer the road, the greater the strength, the deeper the roots, and the more lasting the reward. Because quick success may put you in the spotlight, but lasting success will keep you there. Quick success may give you a platform, but lasting success will give you a legacy. And legacy is the true reward of the long journey. If you are walking the long road today, hold your head high. Every step is building something eternal in you. Every mile is shaping your destiny. Every delay is working for your good. The long journey may not be easy, but it will be worth it. And when you finally reach the place you were destined for, you will not just have the blessing, you will have the strength, the wisdom, and the endurance to keep it for a lifetime. That is the reward of the long journey.